Ladies and gentlemen, following some technical difficulties, we are finally live here tonight, and we are back at it again with the NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. It is a Craftsman Truck Series once again, just 2 races to go on the season as we roll into a night race under the lights at the Lady in Black, that is Darlington Raceway. That's right, the Darlington 200 here tonight, and we could actually see a champion crowned a race early, depending how the points will look between our points leader. Currently rolling into the night of Carl Edwards and Bill Lester, who comes in second. A 316-point lead right now, very massive for Carl Edwards. Just needs to seal the deal. He qualified on the pole for the 8th time this season. Had a little bit of a very loose race car in first practice, tightened it up a little bit for qualifying. Still felt a little too loose, but just qualified on the pole. Not by much, but we did qualify on the pole, and now trying to take that step up, tighten the car a little bit more for happy hour and that final practice session. So hopefully the car is good to run now. Thanks for everybody waiting it out. We were supposed to start streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it wasn't even supposed to be NASCAR 05 tonight. It was supposed to be NASCAR Heat 5. We had some issues with NASCAR Heat 5 once again. No surprise, the game glitched on us / crashed on us / didn't save again. So it did not save the career mode. For some reason, I am back at, I think, Pocono. I didn't look to see what Pocono race it was, but I was back at Pocono when we ran the doubleheader, which is literally like almost halfway through the regular season. So I have to not sim the next 10 races. What I have to do is Sunday, the next day I'm off, go back through. I need to run a shortened race of the ones we ran, and I need to just simply finish where I had finished in that race. I've obviously been doing the points myself, so that's no problem. But trying to simulate it just won't work, because if we simulate it, we're probably not going to get the money we actually had gotten throughout the course of the race winnings, especially at the last 4 races, having 4 straight top 6 finishes. So, with that being said, again, I will get back to that tomorrow, or on Sunday. Tomorrow, we may not be streaming. There is a likely chance I'm going to a WWE SmackDown show tomorrow night in Cleveland. If that is the case, we will not be able to stream. I just won't have time because I do have to work tomorrow. So, we get to see possibly a championship champion crowned here tonight. We'll see if we can get it done with your guys' driver, Carl Edwards, the fan. And yes, Cars One Boy, 2 1,000ths of a second was the difference in qualifying with Carl Edwards on the pole. Sorry, no, that was happy hour. Yeah, so Edwards was fastest in happy hour. 2,000ths of a second fastest in happy hour on Bill Lester. Ashton G, Patrick Chatterley, Cars One Boy, Tim Irvins, a.k.a. Super B-Man 1. Let's see here. Who else is in the chat? Kyle Larson fan, DB Forever 85. Oni, welcome to the stream, everybody. Greatly appreciate all of you coming out here tonight. And yes, 13 people watching for the early going of the Darlington 200. Without further ado, we're going to get this race underway. 200 miles, 147 laps at the track that is too tough to tame. Green flag in the air. Edwards will lead the field to the green. Can he clinch the championship? It's been a long time coming on this NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup season for the Truck Series, and Carl Edwards has a shot to win it all. A race early before even going into Homestead. And he's starting things off with a bang, not only qualifying on the pole, but he's going to nab 5 bonus points for leading lap 1 with Brandon Witt all over his back bumper off turn 4. That is massive. He beats Bill Lester. He'll easily clinch the championship here tonight. Couple spots behind him. He'll clinch it as well. Oh, Edwards up the racetrack just a little bit. Might have lightly tagged the wall. Somehow, though, Brandon Witt was not able to get underneath him. Edwards leads lap 2. Very, very difficult racetrack. Very bumpy on this surface as well. Remember, the repave came just a couple years after this race that we're seeing right here, so you know how rough the surface is. Edwards up high, Witt down low. Edwards bounces off the wall again, this time in 3 and 4. And Brandon Witt will lead his first lap of the race. Bill Lester in 3rd place now. riding right behind Carl Edwards. Edwards needs to just kind of take it easy almost. Doesn't have to push for the win tonight to clinch this championship one race early, but really needs to stay out of trouble and get to the end of this one. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream as well. Witt not going away. This is a very tough track to pass on, so it's very key for Brandon to capitalize on Edwards' slight mistake. A little contact off the exit of turn 2 now. Lester's going to make the pass, perhaps into 3 side by side. Witt still up high. Edwards kind of crowded him. A little bit of contact. And now Lester's on the inside of Witt for second place as Carl Edwards regains the race lead. Edwards has been struggling with his race car. Practice with the handling, qualifying, he was good enough to at least run a quick enough lap to nab the pole. Kind of maybe pushing up the track just a tiny bit as Lester puts the pressure on. He clears Witt for second place. Lap 7 at the line, already heating things up early on. Edwards got into the corner a little too loose. It's all over the place right now. I believe that's Travis Quappel back in 4th place, trying to join in on the party for the race lead. Darius Vereen, welcome to the stream. Lester on the inside. Edwards again in the wall off turn 4. And Bill Lester will take his first lead of the night. Dig, welcome to the stream. Lester really going to try to protect the bottom here. He was second fastest in that happy hour practice session. Again, 0.02 of a second slower than Carl Edwards. He might be the guy to beat here tonight, now that he's in the lead for the first time. Edwards looks low. Lester may be trying to crowd. How unstable. Edwards got into turn 3 as he kind of got into the left rear of Lester. About spun himself around. Lester actually takes off the exit of turn 4 and pulls away slightly. Not an easy start for Carl Edwards. The track just a hair. Edwards just can't put as much pressure on Lester as what he did with Brandon Witt those first few laps of the race, and Witt's actually losing a little bit of time to the top 2. Now that maybe the faster of these 2 trucks is out in front, but Edwards is still trying to fight. Still trying to give Bill Lester a run for his money here. And he doesn't have to win the race tonight, but still needs a solid run to clinch the championship. Lester coming off a DNF in last night's run as well at Phoenix. Blew an engine in the really going to the second half of that race. Finished 35th. Lester's really hugging the bottom of the racetrack beautifully, and you can see Edwards maybe going a half a lane below that hashed white line. At least in turns 1 and 2, he's trying to pick a different line. He knows the outside's likely not going to work, but he's going to try to run it in 3 and 4. That is a risk here at Darlington, but he made it work. Problem is Leicester went up to the high side too to try and protect. So Edwards couldn't get the run. Leicester out of his rearview mirror really trying to mimic what the 99 of Edwards is doing right now. Edwards slides the tires on entry just a little bit, keeps it off the wall. All the way on the outside through turns 3 and 4, but so is Leicester. Really risky running up there, especially in these older EA games. Especially with maybe a little bit of an ill-handling race truck for Carl Edwards. Looked like there might have been an incident going into turn 3, but it did not bring out a caution. There's some smoke on that side of the racetrack. Look at how low Edwards gets into the corner. Actually kind of stuck the line, believe it or not. Leicester going to get the run down the straightaway, though, off the high side into turn 3. Edwards trying to outbrake Bill Leicester, side by side for the race lead. And a clean pass from Carl Edwards, clear off turn 4. Back out in front. He just kept working on him, and he finally got around him, but Leicester's got a fast truck as well. He tries the outside in 1 and 2. This may give him a run now down the back straightaway. Not enough of one to make a move into 3 at least. Edwards is going to try to make Bill Leicester pass him on the outside. All the passes so far for the race lead early on have been down low. Look at that protective line going into turn 1. Really drove it in deep. Leicester tries to go to the outside in turns 1 and 2. Maybe this will give him a run down the back straightaway. He's just not able to work the outside quite as well as what Carl Edwards was able to do. And Edwards' attempt to try and set Leicester up. He's trying to make the pass up there. Now Leicester has a run. Again, though, Edwards going to give him the outside. Really trying to protect the bottom midway down the front or back straightaway. Really just kind of pulls to the bottom if Leicester has a run on him. Saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to pass me near the wall. The focus it takes, even 22 laps into a 147 lap race, to hit your marks consistently enough, as Carl Edwards is doing now, with a lot of pressure off his back bumper right now from Bill Leicester. Knowing the championship could be on the line as well. Edwards again, maybe a little bit higher than what he wanted to run, and he kind of slapped the wall off the exit of turn 4 as well. First mistake Leicester might have pressured him into, and now he looks to the outside. Does he have the run? Not there. We'll see if he'll be able to make a move into 3. Leicester had to get out of the gas at corner exit, though. It looked like he almost got into the wall himself, and that would have been Leicester's opportunity there. Just couldn't get it done. Oh, I know it's the same person. I don't know where I draw the line, though. Because he's not inappropriate in the comment section. He's just inappropriate with the names he has. I know there's Inside Uranus as well, but I've seen him in comment sections, NASCAR YouTube community for years. At least it's the same name every time. I'll give it that. But best driver this season is John Hunter Nemechek. If you're talking about all time in the truck series, Ron Hornaday. I kind of liked watching Todd Bodine race when he was in the 30 truck, competing, winning championships in the truck series in the mid 2000s. He was kind of fun to watch. I think he'll be on the next edition of this game, so I might run as him for one season. Brandon Witt slowly creeping back into this battle for the lead. Meanwhile, fourth place Travis Quapple's really lost a lot of time. He's just trying to run and maybe just stay inside the top 5 and hope Edwards has some sort of a mechanical failure or mistake at some point in this race, because the way he's running right now, he's looking as if he could clinch the championship in just over 100 laps. Trying to lead as much as he can as well to get 10 bonus points. That'll help him along the way as well. Got Project Cars 2 for $8. Wow, sounds like a steal. Oh, in the wall off 4. I was trying to... Oh, look at the chat. Contact with Lester. Oh, and here comes Brandon Witt on the outside trying to take it 3 wide. After the mistake by Edwards and getting into Bill Lester, Witt from about a half a second back just about took the lead away from both of them. Lester hangs on now to clear Witt off the exit of turn 2. It's a massive mistake there by Edwards. Off of turn 4 that last lap as he still tries to battle the 38 truck of Brandon Witt. They'll clear him for second place, barely off turn 4. I was looking at the chat a little too long there, and it bounced into the wall. I don't make those mistakes often looking at the chat, but I definitely did there. Almost costed Edwards big time. It's really hard to stay focused and read the chat as much as I possibly can. More often than not, I think I do a pretty good job, but instance like that could have been very bad very quickly. Top 3 under a blanket now, once again, lap 32. Edwards underneath Lester off the exit of turn 2. Side by side into turn 3, dead even. Ooh, Edwards slides a little bit. Lester trying to hold the outside off corner exit. Edwards, oh, he thought he had him clear, then he didn't. He put them both in the wall. Edwards slid up the track thinking he was clear off turn 4 on Bill Lester. He wasn't. They both ended up in the outside wall, and Brandon Witt gets to the inside of Lester for second, and he's knocking on the door for the race lead once again. Finally clears Lester in the middle of turns 3 and 4. The 22 and the 99 beating the race trucks up. That might give Brandon Witt a little bit better of a chance maybe to make a move on these leaders. And when we do the custom scheduled truck series season after we get done with the Busch and the Cup Series races, a little bit of a moment there off turn 4. Edwards had to lift, especially when Lester got to his inside. The right front went into the yellow at a very bad spot. So Bill Lester gets back to the lead, and Edwards is going to try to set him up and run him back down again. May take a few laps, if not more. Especially now that the tires are definitely starting to wear out into the run. Lester with a block down the back straightaway, much like what Edwards was doing to him a little bit ago. Edwards trying to run the outside, very risky with the worn out tires. Gets it to stick. Lester went up there as well. It just seems like whenever Edwards goes to the outside and runs it well, that Lester is right there for the taking. It really takes the line away, not giving Edwards the momentum he thinks he'll get. We'll try it again in turns 3 and 4. Lester is trying to hold up Carl Edwards. Edwards tried to back the corner up, but he still kind of slid the tires. So he couldn't really get a run on Bill Lester that time. Big dive into turn 1. That didn't work. It took Lester quite a ways, quite a long time at least, to get around Carl Edwards, and same thing when Edwards gets put behind Bill Lester as well. It's so hard to pass at Darlington, so hard to get that run, and even when you pull alongside somebody doesn't mean you're going to be able to complete the pass. So the way they're running, on fuel at least, it seems like this is going to be a one pit stop race tonight. They can make it to right about lap 80 if they wanted to, if not a little bit further. 147 lap race. It will be good enough. Oh, and Lester tried to shut the door on Carl Edwards, and he basically moved himself out of the way, and Edwards gets to the lead. A very late block getting into turn 3. Lester scrapes the outside wall after the contact with the right front of the 99, but he tried to chop down, and it's not like Carl Edwards is putting the bumper to him intentionally, and I'm sure Lester's not meaning to get into Carl Edwards either, but they keep crowding one another and back and forth. Again, up the track goes Edwards. Lester is there, and Edwards gives it to him. Edwards wants to keep his truck off the wall, try to at least keep it clean, not risk damaging the race truck. Lester did the same thing to Carl Edwards. That time he barely cleared him. Oh, problems. Brandon Witt has blown an engine. The driver who is right behind the leaders in third place has just blown an engine. He's still down low, though. He's going to make it 3 wide. Brandon Witt with a blown engine took it 3 wide to the inside of the racetrack, held on to the lead for a brief moment, and now Edwards is going to have it going into 3. Lester with a crossover move. Can he get back to the lead? Yes, he is. Edwards didn't have a lot of room there, and he got into the wall. And Brandon Witt's night is going to come to an end early. Led some laps. He had a shot to win. Now it's mono on mono. 1v1 in the battle for the race lead with 100 laps to go here at Darlington. Back and forth action between Bill Lester and Carl Edwards. Older tires. Edwards trying to get down low. See if he can pressure Lester into maybe getting into the wall off turn 4 like Edwards got pressure by Lester. Up the track. Oh, man, so close to making contact. Drag race back to the line. Lester leads the lap. Still side by side into one. Edwards clear. Ooh, Edwards really overdrove turn 3. Gave it right back to him. It is not easy to run here at Darlington, especially in these older NASCAR EA games. Especially if you don't have the mechanical grip in the race car, as Edwards has struggled from the get-go, and as these tires get older, it's going to be even worse for him. Past halfway through the run, though, to getting 4 fresh tires back on the race truck. Still caution-free tonight, lap 50 at the line, Lester out in front. We had a caution-free race last night at Phoenix. It was the 5th caution-free race of the season. Was trying to back up the corner. Still carried a little bit too much speed on this old of tires. Slid him, and when he does that, he just cannot get a run to get alongside Lester once again. That time he didn't slide the tires getting into the corner. Is this going to be the run he needs to get underneath Lester? Nope. Bill pulls the block off turn 4. Now he slid the tires into turn 1. He's not going to make a move there either, but he is still all over him, though. Really trying to pressure him into a mistake. And a little wiggly gets Lester in turns 3 and 4. Hangs on to the race truck. This could be the mistake coming up. Carl Edwards trying to intimidate him a little bit. Edwards slides the tires into 1 and 2. He's going to have to watch if the 22 gets out of shape. He's going to have to be able to get out of the way and miss him. Edwards loses a little bit, Lester, loses a little bit of grip. Didn't matter, though, because Carl Edwards got into the back of him. Both trucks are just sliding around like crazy right now. See if Lester starts to slide again into turn 3. Oh, he does, but so does Edwards. Oh, up the track into the wall goes Lester. Lester got into the wall. See if Carl can get around him this time. Edwards almost got into the wall that time off 4. He had to lift quite a bit. He's trying to get the 22 out of shape and get around him. He's gotten him out of shape just by putting all the pressure on him without making contact with him. 1 and 2, Lester's fine. 3 and 4, he is struggling mightily. Edwards slides into the corner. But again, Edwards cannot get around Bill Lester. Justin Sozio, welcome back. No online lobby from me tonight. Nope. I got a very long day tomorrow. I do not want to be up too late. Close. Edwards is in line behind Bill Lester. Oh man, again though, he gets really close to him, kind of pushed up the racetrack. Edwards slides into 1 and 2 again. Lester up the hill. Into the back of him goes Edwards. Every time Lester gets loose, he just checks up right in front of the 99 when he does get loose and the rear tires start to slide out from underneath him. And Edwards can't miss him and get underneath him. And it's only damaging both race trucks as well. And again, Lester gets loose. My goodness. I don't think that move's going to work. I like to think one of these times it will, but it's just too narrow of a racetrack. Lester gets out of shape, but Edwards can't get under him to make the pass. Lester got a little loose that time once again. Maybe into 1 and 2 could be the corner if he gets out of shape. Quarter tank of fuel left for these guys on the racetrack right now. Almost halfway home already. Gosh darn it. It was a big mistake that time in 1 and 2 for Carl Edwards. These guys racing like this too. They haven't even caught lap traffic during this run. Edwards is slowly losing Lester these last 2 laps. Really having a hard time trying to keep up with him. Got a good run off turn 2 that time. This could be the run he needs into turn 3. Up the track, almost into the wall. On corner entry. Lester gets a little out of shape, and there's the run Edwards needed. That time, Edwards got underneath him clean when Lester slid wide up the racetrack. Big dive bomb into 1 and 2. Edwards is clear for the race lead. He finally pressured Bill Lester into a mistake that he was able to capitalize on. And nice clean pass. And well done work there for Carl Edwards. But now he goes up the track and he might give it right back. He's in the wall. And he's still in the wall. Right front went into the red in the middle of 3 and 4. And Edwards couldn't keep it off the wall that time. And Bill Lester gets right back to the lead after Carl was only able to lead for 1 lap. Just have NASCAR Heat 5 to play Keegan online. There you go. Hopefully that's not the only reason you got it, but if you do, hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. Oh, Lester pretty much doored Edwards off the exit of turn 2 to hold on to the race lead. We'll have to see what the green flag pit stops are going to do here shortly as well. Edwards having a hard time trying not to slide these tires into the corner. And he's underneath Lester now, down the back straightaway. Got a great run off turn 2. Tries to side draft him a little bit, getting into 3. Started to push up the track just a little bit. Bill Lester up high, Edwards down low. They still hold the exit of turn 4. Edwards again trying to side draft him. Risky into 1 and 2. Lester trying to crowd Carl Edwards. He's not giving him a lot of room up the bottom. They're still side by side for the race lead. One of these two are going to end up wrecking, if not both, if they can't get back to single file. Edwards drives it in deep on the bottom. A little bit of contact. And Lester gets the run off turn 4 as Edwards had to lift again. Incredible job by Bill Lester holding on the outside. We'll have to see when we might see some pit stops from the front drivers in the field. Edwards overdrives 3. He's in the wall. Matt Craftsman down low in the 6 truck has just blown an engine. Edwards back in the wall again off turn 4. Not quite to the halfway mark in the race, but we're getting close as we are in the middle of green flag pit stops. A bit of damage on this 99 that will need repaired during the only green flag pit stop of the race. And who knows, maybe we see a caution before the leaders pit. We had that 2 nights ago at Martinsville. Got a lab truck right in front of Lester, and it's one of the lab trucks that just came off pit road as well, so he is not going to be easy to pass with Lester on 70 lap older tires. Edwards has to make it to at least halfway before he would think about pitting. He's still 2 to 3 laps away from that. Ideally, he'd like to stretch this out as long as possible. Yes, he would like to hit pit road before Bill Lester, but he's got a lot better traffic ahead of him than what Lester's got with the lap truck in Bill Lester's way right now. On Edwards to close in this lap through 3 and 4. Lester finally gets around the lap truck of Scott Bush. Also, obviously, we've seen how hard it is. Edwards just cannot get around Lester these last 15 to 20 laps. He doesn't want to have this old of tires at the very end of the race if he can help it. Just keep sliding the tires, getting into the corner. It's just so hard not to do here at Darlington. Edwards underneath Scott Bush, the lap truck off turn 2. Edwards really loose getting into 3. Didn't mean to drive it in that low on corner entry. Just doesn't have the grip in the race truck underneath him now. We are just past halfway, 75 laps complete. Lester still on the track, Edwards still on the track. If Edwards sees Bill Lester pit, he knows he will have to pit that same lap. He can't afford to stay out any laps longer than him. And I guess the nice thing with falling back to 0.6 of a second off the lead is he might be able to make that late dive if he sees the 22 pull down low. And 2 lap trucks now in between the top 2 of Lester and Edwards. Adam Bell just got passed a lap and a half ago as well. Edwards stuck behind Adam Bell. The 123 truck drives it in deep underneath him in turns 1 and 2. Bell lets him go. Edwards has cut the lead down to about 0.4 of a second again. 0.2 faster over the last lap and a half. Edwards up high through 3 and 4 and just keeps it off the wall. Yeah, the damage model's a lot better. We know we can't repair all of it with the damage, so we can repair it whenever we so please. Edwards just made another pass there for position, and Lester's coming in, so Edwards going to make the late dive on the pit road as well. 70 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Almost sped coming in. He really pushed the issue, and he never locked the tires up either. That was a perfect pit road entry for both drivers. And at lap 79, the top two come to pit road at the same time. No adjustments on the 99 truck, 4 crushed tires, and a full tank of fuel for Edwards and this Roush Fenway race team. And they are less than a half a race away now from clinching the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. Ten people currently watching. Like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. First and only pit stop of the race. And Lester easily beats Carl Edwards off of pit road. And look at the lap traffic these guys are going to end up merging behind. Once they all get up to speed, Lester and his crew had a much quicker pit stop than Carl Edwards. Edwards gained a lot of time on corner entry. Into turn 3 and coming to pit road, he was all over Lester's back bumper, but Lester is just over 2 seconds ahead of him now. And these were the last 2 drivers on the lead lap to pit, and they were the top 2. They come out first and second. So they had that big of a lead over third on back. Guess a good thing for Travis Quaffle with Brandon Witt's issues earlier. That probably puts Quaffle to third. Thanks for that, Cars One Boy, by the way. Well, let's see if Edwards can run him down. Best chances while he's got the grip with the fresher tires, because we know by the end of the race they're obviously going to wear out, as he saw towards the end of that run. And I'm sure the damage Edwards had to repair was likely the difference in the faster stop for Bill Lester and his 22 Bill Davis Racing team. Edwards' fastest lap of the race is a 27.730. Last lap was a 27.766, so he's definitely running some of his faster laps of the race, and the lead is down to 1.7 now into turn 3. Gonna have to get around the lap truck of Adam Bell again. Drove it really deep into turn 3. Gets to his inside off the exit of 4. Can't clear him. That cost him a little bit of time. Hopefully Bell lets him go into turn 1. Edwards drives it in deep just in case. Clears him in the center of 1 and 2. And he is trying to run down the race leader, Bill Lester. Blowing engine on the inside of the racetrack for the third place points driver of Bobby Hamilton Sr. That is at least the third different driver now to have an engine failure, along with Matt Crafton and Brandon Witt early in the race. And their lap truck still between the top 2 here. Again, Edwards does not have to win this race to clinch the championship a race early, but he'd like to finish within a few spots of Travis Quaffle, knowing that if Quaffle beats him, he can still clinch the championship tonight. Edwards led a lot of laps early. Lester's leading a lot right now. So, not really sure if Edwards is going to be able to clinch the most laps led by the end of the race. We'll see. Might not matter. He finishes second place. He's going to clinch the championship regardless how many laps he leads. Yeah, unfortunately, no NASCAR for the next couple weeks. We'll have NASCAR on the channel, though. I'll tell you that much. Edwards has chopped the lead down to 0.8 seconds off turn 2. Bill Lester has side-by-side lap traffic in front of him that has really held him up these last 2 to 3 laps. .6 off turn 2, 10th of a second faster at last lap for Carl Edwards. He is closing fast, drives it deep into turns 3 and 4. Gets around the 137 truck, and now Only one lap truck between the top two again. Jason Powell in the 191. Less than a half a second back at the start-finish line. And Lester is not going to be going anywhere. Look at that heavy lap traffic. He's on the inside of at least one truck right now. Which may have slid the tires into three. Almost got into Powell in the process of it. Still clears it. No! He puts himself in the wall. Off turn 4. Just like he did on Brandon Witt when he battled for the lead very early in the race. He thought he was clear off turn 4 and pinched himself into the wall instead. Overdrive into 3 and 4. Had to maybe back out of the gas a little bit more in the center of the corner to keep it off the wall again that lap. So whatever time he was gaining on Lester, he's now losing it. The Lester's starting to get through these lap trucks. Still got about 4 or 5 more to go, though. Benny Allen not cutting much brake there for Edwards. Nearly 3 wide into the corner. And there's Lester. Edwards looking to get underneath him. Into turn 1. He's got the run down low. Lap truck on the bottom right in front of Carl Edwards. He's trying to get Lester to pick himself behind the lap truck on the outside. Lester might try to go up the middle 3 wide, but the lane closed up. And Carl Edwards is back out in front at Darlington. He has caught Lester in this heavy lap traffic, but the battle is not done yet. So we got 4 more lap trucks, 5 actually, right in front of the leaders. Lester trying to power back to the outside, while Edwards gets underneath the lap truck of Jack Sprague. Jack Baker in the 178. Lester's just kind of following Edwards through this traffic for now. He's got plenty of time to get him back. Just over 50 laps to go. Lester trying to get back underneath Carl Edwards. Can't do it that time. Edwards is in the process of trying to get around the 177. He just pinched Bill Lester off at the start-finish line with a little bit of contact. It's going to put a lap truck now in between the top 2. I think Lester kept it off the wall, though, and he's still within a couple truck lengths of the race lead. Edwards just cannot get around the 177. He's going to need to, or Lester's going to get around him. We got about 3 or 4 more lap trucks coming up in the near future in front of the 177 as well. Edwards drives it deep into turns 3 and 4. Just gets underneath him. Can't clear him off turn 4, though, but he is side by side, and he'll try to make the pass in 1 and 2. Completed at least. Drives it in deep again. And clears him. So another lap truck between. Oh no, they're wrecking! Down the back straightaway! Edwards goes way down low to miss him. So does Bill Lester. No, Lester got caught behind him. And that's going to widen the lead out a little bit. Great wreck avoidance there by Carl Edwards. 50 to go at the line between him and the championship. Survives a near accident down the back straightaway with a couple of lap trucks in front of him. And the lead is now 1.2 seconds into turn 3. It was a near accident for Carl Edwards. Turns out to be maybe the luckiest thing for him in this race. Finally, the separation between him and Lester. Lap 100 here in this one. 48 to go. 1.4 seconds now. Lester's still trying to get around the last couple lap trucks. And Edwards catches these next 4 drivers in front of him. He's really going to have to pull away. Oh, jeez. That doesn't help. He put it in the wall in turns 3 and 4 either. He lost 0.2 of a second just like that in that one corner alone. R6, welcome to the stream. Lester within 1 second of the race lead. I believe he has finally gotten around the last lap truck, and he's trying to run down Carl Edwards to the finish. That was definitely a championship winning wreck avoidance. Never had to lift either. He just drove right underneath him, and luckily they didn't spin out right in front of him, and they were able to at least keep control enough for Edwards to make that move all the way down towards the inside wall down the back straightaway to keep from running into either truck. Bill Lester is definitely closing that gap. He seems to be a little bit faster than Carl Edwards, and Edwards isn't even to the lap traffic in front of him yet. The longer the run goes, we saw during that first run that Bill Lester was just that much quicker, and Edwards didn't make any adjustments. I'm sure Bill Lester might have made any. He is definitely going to get to Edwards before the end of this race. The only reason it got out to a 1.4 second lead was because Lester had to check up behind those 2 trucks that almost wrecked, while Edwards was able to make the pass around both of them down the back straightaway. Edwards has not clinched this championship until the checkered flag flies tonight if he is still running just where he is right now. Even a few spots worse will do the job. And he's got to keep that in mind. The big picture is winning the championship tonight. Then he can go all full send mode at Homestead to try and get what would likely be his final win of his career, considering that he is not going to be driving in the Truck Series in the NASCAR 06 playthrough or the future playthrough. So this is it. And obviously, again, we'll still have a custom schedule season for our second and final season in each series on this game. But for right now, obviously, we won't want Edwards to win the championship next time because we'll be using a different driver. And we'll try to win the championship with them. Edwards clears Bob Spear. Nice, easy, quick pass in turns 3 and 4. Another lap truck between the top 2. Lester within a half a second of the lead at the line. 41 laps to go. Ooh, Edwards into the wall in turn 1. He was all over the place midway down the front straightaway. And Lester gained another 1/10 of a second in 1 and 2 because of it. Still going to have to get around Spear. Edwards is struggling. Well, it wasn't an actual wreck. I thought they were wrecking, and they got out of shape. It was a near wreck. Well, Lester is there. With 39 laps to go at the line, the pressure is back on Carl Edwards. It's going to be an epic battle to the finish with a championship on the line for Cousin Carl. Pick the 106 truck. I don't want to pick a generated driver if I can help it. You guys, the fans, will get to vote once again for Season 2, just like you did with Season 1 for the truck in the Busch Series. Actually, Busch Series I'm going to run as Greg Biffle because he was my old favorite driver, and we haven't gotten a chance to race him in the Busch Series at all because there was no Busch Series in NASCAR Thunder 2004. But the Truck Series, you guys will get to vote again. This has to be somebody other than Carl Edwards. Again, Edwards has to make sure if Lester's going to try to make an attempt to pass or get around him, that it's going to have to be on the outside. And Lester's trying the outside. He is daring himself to go up there. See what kind of a run he gets down the back straightaway now with Edwards pulling the bottom lane in. Edwards didn't get into the corner that great. Lester closes back in. All over the back bumper of Edwards at the line with about 35 laps to go for the championship. I'd rate this game a 10 out of 10 with a little bit of bias. This was my favorite NASCAR game of all time, personally. This is the one I played the most. Thunder 04 is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I played this one more when I was a kid. I never had Thunder 04 growing up. I'd imagine I probably played it, but it was this and NASCAR 07 for me. This was a better game. Lap times are at least 0.2 of a second a lap slower at this point in the run. They're only going to get even slower than that. Edwards a little shaky into turn 3. Up the track he goes, right front, giving away. But Edwards is not going to give away the race lead, at least. Not that time at all. Now he's going to protect the bottom into turn 1. Lester almost gets to that right rear corner panel. He got close. He's just trying to sidetrack him if he is going to try to make the pass up high. He's close enough to use the bumper if he so chooses. I don't think he's going to this early into the race. Knowing we still have just over 30 to go, and Edwards would have a chance to get him back, but we saw Mark Handel at Martinsville try and bump and run in the final lap of the final corner. Don't be surprised. Lester might try to do it here. Excuse me. I don't know how I didn't miss the corner up there from that coffee mid-breaking point. Lester is there. So was Edwards. Yeah, it only lets you go up to, what, 25% race length in the career mode? Oh, Lester got underneath Edwards. Edwards in the wall off turn 4. He didn't have much room. 30 to go. Bill Lester out in front at Darlington. He got underneath him. Edwards didn't give it away. There's some smoke off the exit of 4 from maybe some lap cars way further up ahead. But again, we do stay green. And we'll see if Carl Edwards can get him back. He's got 29 more laps to do it. Plenty of time. He's just got to keep the pressure on. Problem is later and later into this race, the more his tires are going to wear out. So when will that move be made? Might try to pick him behind this lap truck up here of the 86, if at all possible. Lester's going to get underneath him. Oh, he almost made contact with the 86 truck up the exit of the corner. But he will clear him in turns 1 and 2. Edwards underneath Jake Bradley now. Down the back straightaway, really loose into turn 3. Had to maybe give way a little bit more, and Edwards gets pulled. 27 to go. Fuel is plenty good to the end of this race. So don't worry about that saying low fuel later on or almost empty. So we are going to be good to the end on fuel, as will everybody else. Well, if we get a caution, will anybody pit? That'll be a big question mark. I think Edwards is committed to staying out regardless of what the strategy is going to look like as he pulls back in on Lester again with about 3 more lap trucks coming up in the near future once again. Edwards might need some help getting around Bill Lester. Going to drive it deep into turn 3, trying to get underneath him. He is there. But not clear off turn 4. Edwards will lead the lap by inches at the line on the inside into turn 1. Lester on the high side. Edwards in the middle of 1 and 2. Is he clear? Yes, he is. Edwards back out in front of Darlington. That would be the only downside, I guess. Would be the career mode, you can only go up to 25% races. It is a long career mode, though. Especially if you want to like try to own teams in every series, and you have to build up so much money just to do that. Not like 1 or 2 seasons to do that in every series like NASCAR Heat 5. Edwards going to have to follow Bill Lester to get around this lap truck right now with Aaron McGee in the 163. Edwards slides up the track, but not as wide as Bill Lester. And Edwards is clear, maybe on turn 4. Yes, he is. All clear. Oh, maybe not. Lester drove it in deep on the outside. He's trying to stick the corner. And now the lap truck of Aaron McGee is on the inside of Lester, really trapping Bill up high. Lester shoots back to the bottom. Edwards slides up the track. Back and forth go the leaders. Bill Lester back in the lead off turn 4 as he shuts the door. Edwards trying to double cross him. 21 to go at the line. Edwards deep into 1. Lester holds him off. 2 more lap trucks in the way of the 18 and the 22. They might be 3 wide off the exit of turn number 4. Edwards trying to trap Lester in line behind the lap trucks. Almost was able to do so. Get Bill Lester in the middle. Edwards down low. Chad Chafin on the outside. Edwards surprisingly able to grip the apron. Drives it deep into turns 3 and 4 now. Aaron McGee is following Edwards meanwhile. Really trapping Bill Lester on the outside. 19 to go, new leader. Lester is caught heavily in lap traffic. He's got 3 lap trucks between him and Carl Edwards. Edwards got a little loose off turn 2, but hangs on to it. And now can he try to gap the 22? Goes a little wide himself that time into 3 and 4. It's okay, he stays in front of the lap trucks. Lester's still caught on the outside as well. Lester's over half a second off the lead now. Finally gets back down to the bottom, and he's got 3 lap trucks to try and get around before he can even get to Edwards. It's the chance Edwards needs to try and build a little bit of a gap once again. Might be the calm before the storm for the final 10 laps of the race now. Lester's got a really, really fast race truck. Still got 2 more lap trucks to get around. He's now 0.7 of a second off the lead with 16 laps to go at the line. We haven't even alternated through the camera angles yet, so we have to do that quite a bit before the end of the race, too. No problem. Edwards up high through 3 and 4. Lester finally gets around the last of the lap trucks. Still has 15 laps to go at the start-finish line. He's about 7/10 of a second off the lead. These guys are going to catch 2 more lap trucks before the end of this race. After that, it'll be one-on-one once again between Edwards and Lester. Third place is way too far back. And Carl Edwards is just over 10 laps away from a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship in this 2004 season. We'll still run the final race at Homestead. That will likely be on Saturday night. Edwards back to the outside again through 3 and 4. He's trying to do what he can to make sure Lester is not going to gain a whole lot on him quickly, at least. Now Edwards has to make sure he doesn't get picked behind these 2 lap trucks like Lester got picked when Edwards made the move on him for the race lead about 7 laps ago. Still got about 4/10 of a second on him off turn 4. Scott Bush and Mark Handel will be the 2 lap trucks. It's going to put Edwards in dirty air once again, getting into turn 3. Back to the outside through 3 and 4. Not as close to the wall as he has ran at times, but 11 to go at the line. He's going to get underneath Scott Bush off the exit of turn 2. Needs to make these 2 passes quickly. Oh, he did not get around Bush in turns 3 and 4. Handel almost put it in the outside wall off the exit of 4 as well. 10 to go for Carl Edwards. Lester gains that last lap. Edwards struggled to get around Scott Bush. Finally gets around him. He's down low on the 107 truck of Mark Handel, but he can't quite clear him off turn 2 either. Now he'll clear him down the back straightaway before they get into 3. 2 lap trucks between first and second. Lester back to the bottom of the track. He'll get underneath Scott Bush. Can't quite clear him off the exit of turn 4. Lester's going to lose a little bit of time again. Cut it down to 3/10 of a second after being 7/10 of a second back with 19 to go. And the lead is pushed back over half a second into turn 3 this time. They'll be coming to 8 laps to go this time by. Lester still struggling to try and get around Mark Handel in the 107. Can't quite clear him off turn 4. They're side by side into 1. Half a second lead. Edwards struggled on older tires at the end of the first and only other tire stint in this race, and Lester was pulling away from him. So you got to assume Lester likely has the faster race truck at this point in the run, but Edwards has the track position. The pressure's on the 22 to try and make the pass. If it rolls reverse like it was at the end of that tire stint, Edwards could not keep up with Lester. He fell about 7/10 of a second off the lead. We'll go back to the far chase cam now for the rest of the race. 7 to go. Quarter of a tank of fuel left. Still plenty good to the finish. Lester gets there. Will he try to use the bumper? He's got 2 wins this season. Looking for a third. Carl Edwards. Double digits in the win total for him so far. He did kind of overdrive 3 and 4. Just a tad bit. 6 to go. 3/10 of a second now at the line. Edwards a little loose into 1. Deep dive going into the corner. Actually, it wasn't bad. Lester tried to run the high side. May give him a run down the back straightaway. Lester gains a little bit more in 3 and 4. 5 to go at the line. Can Carl Edwards win the championship? Caution comes out. We will have one attempt at a green-white checker finish. Edwards could just keep even this kind of a gap on Bill Lester. Lester's not going to get a chance to get to the back bumper of Carl Edwards. He seems to be a little bit better in 3 and 4. Edwards is at least able to run even, if not maybe pull him a little bit off the exit of turn 2. And Edwards has the points. He can clinch the championship one race early, no matter what happens in the season finale at Homestead. Lester just gained so much, especially on corner entry into turn 3. 3 to go at the line, and he is within striking distance. Likely not going to get a chance in 1 and 2, but this is the setup corner for Bill Lester. Set him up to maybe get him in 3 and 4. Both drivers had a great corner that time. Advantage might have went to Edwards. That's what Carl needs to do. So whatever happens, he cannot lose the bottom of the racetrack. And has to make sure Lester can't get to him to use the bumper. Oh, that right front's in the red. That was a bad time for it. Still held the corner in 1 or 2. He's holding his own pretty well, but how will it hold the final 3 corners of the race? In turn 3. Pushes up the track a tiny bit, but not enough for Lester to get under him. Oh no, Edwards is in the wall off turn 4. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. The right front in the red, not going to be good. Edwards going to give Lester the high side, but he pushes up the track in the center of the corner. They're nose to tail off turn 2. Half a mile to go for Carl Edwards to win the 2004 Craftsman Truck Series Championship. One last chance for Bill Lester to win the race. He drives the outside. He'll get the run off turn 4. It's too little too late. Carl Edwards will win the race in the season championship for the Craftsman Truck Series. Edwards seals the deal. A 3rd consecutive victory, 2 of which in dramatic fashion, this being one of them. Really had to fight that car the last lap and a half once it got down to the red on the right front. There's no smoke. I was hoping the smoke was going to come out of the truck. See if it does it up here. It's not really doing it. I don't know why the smoke isn't burning out of it. You know, we'll just do a drag style burnout here down the backwards down the front stretch. Once again, Carl Edwards is the 2004 Truck Series champion. We'll try to see if he can go for the win at Homestead, but we know that no matter what happens, the celebration and the party tonight will be an epic one. And the time has expired on the burnout, I guess. They're like, all right, that's enough. We have a couple more races to get through this weekend. We don't need you to burn the track up. All right, Carl Edwards with the win. Another caution-free race, our 2nd in a row, and our 6th of the season in these first 24 races. And once again, Carl Edwards is a Truck Series champion. How about that? He never won the actual Truck Series championship, so we got him his first and only on the NASCAR L5 playthrough. 2/10 of a second was the victory over Bill Lester. Hard fought to the very last lap. Larry Watson finished third, Ace Johnson fourth, Ryan Carter rounds out the top 5. Travis Quaffle came in second in points, still with a shot at the championship, but he will no longer have a chance after Edwards clinches the championship tonight. Quaffle finishes 6th, Troy Perry 7th, Doug Thompson 8th, John Wood 9th, Barry Wilder rounds out the top 10. Lester actually led the most laps today, 76 laps led to Carl Edwards, 69 laps led. And only the top 10 finished on the lead lap in tonight's race as well. The second straight race that happened also. And we had a handful of DNFs. Keith Grimsley DNF with a blown engine. After that, we saw Brandon Witt blow an engine early. Matt Crafton right around halfway blew an engine. We saw Bobby Hampton Sr. after the green flag pit stops blow an engine. And those were the 4 DNFs in tonight's race. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Here sitting on the toilet. Wow, okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Now, one more race at Homestead. We will run it even though we have clinched the championship. What a run. No DNFs. Let's try to keep that going for the final race. I don't want to wreck out even though we have clinched the championship. That'd be awesome if we can go all the way through the season without a DNF. I know the Truck Series is a shorter season. It's only 25 races, but I mean, even still, I don't think I've ever done that on a NASCAR playthrough, honestly. Especially at the full races. That is amazing, to say the least. And the points lead widen out again, up to 351 points. Again, max amount of points you can score one race is 190, so Carl Edwards has clinched the championship here tonight. I believe he gained 45 points. And he has obviously clinched the most pole awards this season. He had that clinched a couple races, well, actually, technically, after the last race, I believe. No, 2 races ago. Yeah, 2 races ago in Martinsville, we clinched it. But 8th pole of the season. I think I got told to do a backflip, means we won the championship with Carl Edwards. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. I don't feel like breaking my neck tonight. As much as I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I still have to do it. Headline reads, NASCAR YouTuber breaks his neck after live stream, jumping off furniture. Bill Lester moves back up in the point standings to 4th. Gains 2 spots. With Brandon Witt DNFing and outrunning Aaron McGee, who finished a lap down. Larry Watson, Jack Sprague, Ace Johnson, top 10 in points. Man, Matt Crafton's way down. I know this is a young Matt Crafton in this game, but he's 16th in points. He's got a lot of generated drivers ahead of him. I think he might be the last non-generated driver in points. Thought you were gonna. I don't know what that looked like in the camera. If you could even see me get up on my chair. Glad I could give you guys some laughs on the way out. That's what that was meant for. Might have been laughing if I actually jumped too, but that wouldn't have turned out very well. All right. That is going to wrap it up here tonight. I don't think we got really much else to talk about. Thanks for tuning in all season long for us clinching this championship with the NASCAR 05 playthrough with the Craftsman Truck Series. Still have 2 more championships to go. We got the Busch Series with Kevin Harvick, fan voted driver by you guys, and our Chase for 8. And the Cup Series of Jimmy Johnson, also a fan vote from you guys to run as him. Those playthroughs will be coming up. Obviously, we still have 1 more race to go here, even though we clinched the championship. I thought you were gonna flip onto your bed. Well, my bed is higher than the chair, so I'd actually have to like jump up. Yeah, it wouldn't. It still wouldn't. I would not be able to get the full rotation, and even if I could make the jump, like, yeah, I don't know. And the ceiling in my room isn't that tall either, so I'd probably like break break my ankle on the way up, and then break my neck on the way down. Is probably how it would work out. That's if I even. I don't even think I could get the full 180. Honestly, I just don't think I have. Like, I'm athletic, but I'm not athletic enough to like turn myself 360. I don't think I could turn myself 180. I might just land flat on my back. Honestly, to be completely honest, that's okay. Socks on. Oh yeah, the modified series too as well. We still have to finish the modified series. Indeed, Michael. Yeah, so I guess 3 more series to go. Modifieds, Bush, and Cup series. All right, that's gonna wrap it up here tonight. Enough rambling. Thanks for everybody tuning in again all season long. I will see you guys likely Saturday night for the next live stream. May see you guys tomorrow if I don't go to SmackDown, but good chance I will be going. Thanks everybody. Enjoy.